Well, hello. We are here to celebrate the author Julian Stockwin and my attempts to collect the entire Thomas P. Kydd series. 27 books in total. And today is our most recent unwrapping. So thank you so much for joining me. Okay, so today I currently have in my possession 3 more mailed copies to add to our collection. We're going to unwrap these in a moment. We're going to talk about the main premise of the story, but also stick around to the end where we will have some fun fact sharing time about our author, Julian Stockwin. So before we get to the unwrapping, though, let me remind you of what we're celebrating. This is the introduction story to Kydd. Europe is ablaze with war. The British Prime Minister is under pressure to intimidate the French and dispatches a Navy squadron to appear off the French coast. To man these ships, ordinary citizens must be press-ganged. Thomas Payne Kydd, a young wig maker from Guildford, is seized and taken across the country to be a part of the battleship Duke William. Excellent story, right? Excellent story. So during this particular war, they built all these ships, but they didn't have enough sailors to man the ships. So they started just snatching people up in a mandatory draft and just started putting people on boats. No training, no boot camp, nothing, no experience. Regular everyday people, regular everyday shopkeepers are now going to war against the French. So excuse me, we currently have 8 books already. Right? We have, excuse me, Kydd, Artemis, Seaflower, Mutiny, Quarterdeck, Tenacious, Command, and Balkan. So that's the first 7 and then the 23rd book. Now, I'm finding these books with availability and price. And so far, I was able to find most of them online. It's just a matter of just trying to find the best price for the best condition. Now, these books are will be ordered from several different places as I find them. I have no idea of the condition, and I have no idea of the order that they're being sent to me, which is one of the reasons why we're doing it as an unwrapping. So we do know that this is part of the Kydd series. We just don't know which ones. So let's just start. We're just going to rip these open and see what we've got. One of the reasons why I enjoy this series and one of the reasons why I want to do this was because of the covers, the illustrations for these books. It's just completely fascinating. I found the first 3 titles in the free library at the VA hospital. So here we go. And this was not the price. This one here, I guess the MSRP, the retail sale price is this is a $16 book. Suggested sale price. This is Invasion. And look at that, right? It's got a little sticker. I can probably get that off because it's a very smooth surface. But look at that. That is awesome. Now, Invasion is book number 10. Should we read a little bit about it? Let me see what's on the back of this one. In this 10th book of the Kydd series, rumors fly of Napoleon's planned invasion of England. In France, American inventor Robert Fulton has created the submarine and torpedo weapons that he claims will win the day for the power that possesses them. Ooh. So now we have the introduction of submarines. Nice. Nice. All right, so the next book we have, can I just rip them? Yeah, I can just rip them open. Oh, snap. I can't believe I did that. I did that. I did do that. Okay. All right. So this is actually book number 7, right? Yeah, this is book number 7. This is Command. I already have this book. I just don't have it in this format. The original book that I have was sent to me in hard copy. It wasn't what I ordered. And my OCD is not going to let me keep it as a part of the collection. So I must have just went ahead and reordered this title. It is, like I said, it's book number 7. So yeah, I'm already rubbing the sticker. Some of it's just coming off already. But yes, once again, another fascinating cover. The artwork, right? It's amazing. I love it. So this is book number 7. The 7th Kydd adventure finds Thomas Kydd with his own command at last. The brig sloop teaser, but Kydd must race the clock to make her battle ready to defend Malta against Barbary pirates. Okay. So 7th book in the series, he finally ends up getting into a position of commanding his own vessel. All right, so that's that book. So I'm actually only getting 2 books with this one, because that one is just a copy. So the other one is a hard copy, and this is the paperback. And all right. Ooh. Oh, wait a minute. There's something in here. Ah, an invoice. They tried to remove these stickers. They just did do a very good job at it. All right. So the pirates, the privateer. Yeah, Privateer's Revenge. Privateer's Revenge. Look at this. Isn't that amazing? Artwork. So, the Privateer's Revenge, book number 9. All right. Book number 9. In this 9th installment, Lieutenant Thomas Kydd faces implacable, Lord have mercy, faces implacable enemies in high places as he reels from the depth of his fiancée and the loss of his brig teaser. Am I going to struggle to read this because I can't form my words? Lieutenant Thomas Kydd faces implacable enemies in high places as he reels from the death of his fiancée and the loss of his ship, the teaser. All right, and that was it. I just had the 3 today. So I ended up receiving, once again, Invasion, which the color scheme and the artwork, right? And then I opened this one second. This is Command. And this is actually, in fact, the same cover. I've noticed in my searches sometimes that the similar title may have a different cover, but these are all matching the one. So this is the same cover as the hardback, and the hardback has a dust cover on it. So that's that one. And then the Privateer's Revenge, which is another wonderfully illustrated collection piece. And I am calling it a collection piece. And that's it, right? That's all we have for today. I'm really looking forward to it. And no, I have not started reading these yet. I have not started. Oh, or did I? Oh, no, I remember the last time I did one, I actually saved a spot in there because I wanted to read some of the guys, some of Julian's writing ability. It's very, very, very entertaining, very engulfing, engaging, captivating. The first book of the series, Kydd. The first book that we opened today, Invasion. The second book, which is a copy of the one that I already have, Command. And then the last but not least is The Privateer's Revenge. And that's it. So I wanted to thank you for sticking around. I now have, let me go ahead and make these changes on my list. I have a list here in front of me. So I have The Privateer's Revenge. We are going to change that. We're going to bold it. Yeah, and we're going to italicize that. And I also have book number 10. So 9 and 10 were the ones that I got today. Bold it and italicize. So I'm marking them off on my list so that I know that I won't order them again a second time around. And with that, let's talk about our fun fact for Julian Stockwin. Now, we already know that Julian had joined the Royal Navy at the age of 15. What we may not have known, and I have found out recently from my research of him, is that Julian has always had a passion of the sea since his early childhood, right? But in an attempt to dissuade him from seeking the life of a sailor, in his attempts to try to prevent him from seeking the life of a sailor, his father sent him to the Indefatigable, which is a sail training school at the age of 13. It's in there at the age of 13. However, it backfired. And Julian's passion and his plans for the future were only reaffirmed. And 2 years later, at the age of 15, he joined the Royal Navy. Now, a little bit more information about the Indefatigable. It is was a training ship for the historic British Sail Training School for boys. It was established in 1864 in Liverpool. Now, this charitable institution was founded to train the sons of sailors, the destitute and orphaned boys, to become merchant seamen. Now, the Indefatigable is also defined as of a person or their efforts as being persisting tirelessly, and incapable of being fatigued. What a heck of a name. Wow. So the Indefatigable was an actual training ship used to train sons of sailors, destitute and orphan boys. And that's our fun fact. And I want to thank you for joining us. And I will see you next time. Hope you have a wonderful day. And as always, keep reading.